All right, last night, shortly after spending the day kissing up to the Reverend Al Sharpton in New York, Hillary Clinton gave a speech in Harlem. And during her remarks, the Democratic hopeful shamelessly played the race card and flat out suggested that Republicans were racist. Watch this.
The Republicans say they'll reject anyone President Obama nominates, no matter how qualified. Some are even saying he doesn't have the right to nominate anyone, as if somehow he's not the real president. That's in keeping what we've heard all along, isn't it? Many Republicans talk in coded racial language about takers and losers. They demonize President Obama and encourage the ugliest impulses of the paranoid fringe. This kind of hatred and bigotry has no place in our politics or our country.
Here with reaction, the chairman of the Tea Party Forward. We have Niger Innes back with us. Also, Democratic strategist Brian Benjamin. Big shocker, Niger, every election, Republicans are racist. Republicans want to throw Granny over the cliff. Republicans hate old people. Republicans, let's see, want women and children to suffer. They want to poison the air, water, and kill people. Oh, and they, by the way, are involved in a war on women. So here we go again. Same playbook every election cycle.
Well, you know, Sean, Benjamin, I think we should have a moment of silence because Hillary's pantsuit is on fire because she feels the burn. And that's what this is really all about.
Maybe that dog she was talking about yesterday's barking away, right?
Exactly. I think that was a dog from a fire truck or a firehouse because she feels the burn because she's gotten crushed in New Hampshire. She had to win in a coin flip in Iowa. Her minority firewall, her so-called minority firewall in my state of Nevada is falling apart right before her eyes.
By the way, they say that there's not enough minorities in Nevada, but yet it makes up a pretty big portion of the electorate, doesn't it? That it's, you know, they're saying it's too white like New Hampshire.
That's absurd. When you combine Latinos, blacks, and Asian Americans, which is pretty sizable here in this state, you're talking close to 50% of the population, certainly within the Democratic Party. So that's pure nonsense, and that is a reflection of her panic mode. And what happens when a liberal Democrat goes into panic mode? They go to the old, tried and true black community, and what do they use? Not success, not 7 years of a booming economy in the black community. Income inequality is worse than ever. It's not because race relations are doing so famously well within the country under this Democratic administration.
No,
it is not.
So black America has suffered.
Racism.
All right. Let me go to Brian. Well, this is played every year. No surprise. I always warn my audience it's coming. Let's look at Hillary. She lives in a pretty white neighborhood up in kind of like New Hampshire and Nevada that she's claiming in Westchester. Yeah. She has a brother-in-law, Roger Clinton, who's on tape using the N-word repeatedly. She worked with, I don't think she ever publicly chastised Robert, the former Klansman Byrd. He used the N-word in an interview with Tony Snow a few years back. She had a husband who signed a law protecting the Confederate symbol in Arkansas. You know that, right? Not exactly the great champion of civil rights, voting rights as she claims, is she?
Well, she is, but I think what she's confused about is that a party that's so strong on strict constructionism sort of all of a sudden throwing that to the wind when Justice Scalia passes. First of all, I think the Republican Party was shameful. First of all, was shameful to not let the man pass in peace, at least spend a couple of days.
President Obama, too.
No, it doesn't. He was responding. He responded.
Oh, but he still politicized it that day.
He responded to Mitch McConnell, and he responded
to Ted Cruz. Here's my question for you. Where in the Constitution does it say
that the president should be able to fulfill his duty and
where does it
nominate?
say? And what is the Senate's role in this?
Advise and consent.
That's correct.
But the point is...
And consent.
Of course.
That's correct. Now, why not? We haven't had this happen in 80 years where we've confirmed a Supreme Court justice in an election year. How about this? Wait a minute. I thought you were a man of the people, right?
I am.
Why not let
but you're a strict constructionist,
Can I finish?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm an originalist. I believe in Scalia and Thomas are my favorite. Now, by the way, if Clarence Thomas, the way the Democrats like Ted Kennedy treated them, that was racist too, right?
No, wait.
That was a high-tech lynching, wasn't it?
We're talking about Anita. No. First of all, let's stay focused on the president.
So I'm staying focused on the president, and I'm just saying to you, there hasn't been a case in 80 years. Why not make this election Mr. Man of the People? And let the people decide who gets to select.
Because the people have already decided. The people have elected President Obama, and he has the right to act as president
and the people
until such time
a Republican Senate, and they advise and consent. So they won't consent.
Right.
Niger, last word.
I love it. Benjamin defending the honor of Justice Scalia. I
Yeah,
really
just for the moment,
this is irony of all
I'm defending
ironies.
civility, and obviously the Republican Party
I'm
doesn't
defending
believe in that
civility too.
anymore.
And granted, the folk re-elected Barack Obama in 2012. In a more recent election in 2014, they elected a Republican Senate to stop Obama and stop the leftward drift in our country.
Right, you know what?
That's
You know
what
what
they
I
need
will
to do.
say? The race card is so old by the Democrats, and black America is not better
Ain't gonna
off
work
under
this
Barack
time.
Obama's policies. They have been disproportionately negatively impacted.
That's not true.
More people on food stamps, poverty, and out of the labor force under Obama.
You heard it here first. Bernie is the bridge for the larger
50% of
revolution
black
to come in
teenagers
this
can't get a
general
summer
election.
job.
Right, but
Worst ever.